Back to my channel. So in this video I'll be considering the IPO of one company that is actually open for subscription now. So the company is Protean eGov Technologies Ltd. So it is actually open for subscription from November 6 and it will close today for subscription. So the price band for this IPO is between 752 to 792 per share, and the lot size is 18 shares. So retail investors need to apply minimum amount of 14,256 in this IPO. So the basis of allotment will be finalized on 13th November, and the refund is expected on 15th November. And the shares are also expected to be credited on 16th November, and the listing is expected on 17th November. So regarding this company, this is earlier it was actually called as NSDL E-Government Infrastructure Limited. So it is engaged in the business of developing citizen-centric and population-scale e-governance solutions, and it's actually existing for more than 2 decades. So it has played a vital role in developing national infrastructure for capital market development in India. It has developed and implemented some of the crucial technology infrastructure in India. So it has implemented and managed around 19 projects across several ministries. So it actually plays a vital role in building these infrastructure solutions, which has led to achievement of multiple milestones. Among them is direct tax infrastructure to the introduction project like PAN issuance for regarding this IP is already over subscription, and it is already oversubscribed 3 times in the retail segment, and it is in the QAB segment is already oversubscribed. It is not oversubscribed, but it will be oversubscribed in the last day. The HNI segment is already oversubscribed 10 times at the end of second day, and retail segment is already oversubscribed 5.23 times. So most of the brokers have a subscribe rating on this IPO, including the Dilip David and Chittorgarh.com. And regarding the earnings of this company, is actually, if you see the performance of this company, you can see that its assets revenues actually increased over the years. So your revenues increased from 652 crores in 2021 to 770 crores in 2022 to 783 crores in 2023. In the first quarter, it's 233 crores. The profit after tax has increased from 92 crores to 143 crores in FY22 to it is decreased over 107 crores last year, but it is 32 crores in the first quarter of FY24. So it is likely to report a profit of around 120 crores and more than 120 crores. And regarding the net worth, it has increased from 67 crores to around 888 crores. And the reserves and surplus has also increased from 627 crores to 847 crores. So it is a balance sheet is very strong. Equity capital is around 40 crores. And most of the brokers, the issues are actually coming with it based on the EPS of around 26.48. The issue is actually coming at a price earned multiple of 29.91, and is actually trying to command a market cap of over 3,203 crores. And regarding this company, most of the brokers have a subscribe rating on this IPO. In the 7 brokers have subscribe rating on this IPO. None has a neutral rating or avoid rating. All the brokers have a subscribe rating on this IPO. And Dilip David of Chittorgarh.com also has a subscribe rating on this IPO. About this company, it is actually engaged in the conceptualizing, developing, executing national critical population scale greenfield technology solutions, and it collaborates with government and has extensive experience in creating digital public infrastructure and developing citizen-centric e-governance solutions. It was actually set up as a depository in 1995 and then created systematically important national infrastructure for capital market development. It has been the chief architect and implemented some of the critical technology infrastructure projects in India. And it is one of the few Indian companies in the e-governance sectors in terms of profitability, operating income, operating profit, and it is a professionally managed company experienced with senior management. And it implemented 19 projects across 7 ministries and autonomous body assigning in public developer services. Some of the services done by them include modernizing the direct tax infrastructure in India through projects like the permanent account number issuance. So they actually are involved in detailed infrastructure related to PAN issuance for citizens in India, and the tax information network, including online tax authority systems, and they strengthen the old age security system by building the core infrastructure for central record keeping for the national pension system. So they have a good market share for implementing the retail infrastructure for NPS. So they have around 90%, more than 90% market share in the NPS segment, and more than 45% in the issue of tax PAN number for citizens. So and they are also contributing. So these are all these mentioned in the website, and their market share, as mentioned by me, is 45% PAN issuance, 58% in tax identification network, and 94% in NPS, and 100% adult pension yojana. And its market first innovations have been constantly implemented across various sectors and products such as TIN, taxation, pilot infrastructure for GST, which lay the foundation for rollout of this unified tax system in India. So the government rollout of the schemes is not enough now. We need companies like Protean, e-governance to implement this and enable it to, for citizens in India. So they actually provide a lot in providing citizens with this digital infrastructure for all these schemes like PAN issuance, um, GST, and NPS also, so that the business future potential for this future is also immense for a growing country with the 100 crore population. Even if we don't have much penetration in the NPS, there is a good possibility of this more investors or joining this joining NPS, and this will actually boost the revenues for companies like Protean. And they actually their PAN and TN facilitation centers is spread across 12,000 pin codes across 700 districts in India, and they have covered 26,000 nodal offices of the central government, 2,63,000 nodal offices state governments, and 87,000 points of presence in India for the administration of NPS, and they have 635 employees on its payroll. And they are actually coming with the lead managers for this IPO is ICICI Securities, Equitas Capital, IIFL Securities, and Nomura Financial Advisory, and the link in time is the registrar for this issue. The equity capital of this issue will remain at 40.45 crores, and the financial performance already mentioned by me. So if you attribute the FY24 earnings, the issue is actually coming with a price earning multiple of 24.86. So the issue seems fully priced. According to the management, they are actually set bright prospects for the expanding their offerings to neighboring countries to implement e-governance, so that will actually further boost their revenues in future. And the company has actually paid a good dividend policy also. It has given good dividends over the last 3 years. And the conclusion is that the company is established as a niche player in the e-governance projects and has expanded its reach to neighboring countries. So based on the FY24 earnings, the issue appears fully priced. With the rising importance of e-governance, the company is poised for bright prospects ahead. Investors can actually consider parking the issue in this IPO. And some other brokers, all the brokers like BQ Equities, Canada Bank Securities, Capital Market, Choice Equity Broking have subscribed in this IPO. So they have actually provided a lot of positives about this company. They are actually one of the market leaders in the implementation of PAN issuance, 48% tax identification network, GST, 94% NPS, adult pension yojana. They have a good market share in rolling out of these schemes, and they also have the some of the risks mentioned in this IPOs, that companies substantially depend on the projects covered by government entities and agencies, and their relationship with government entities exposes them to risk in doing the business with them, which may adversely affect the business. And the company is also relying on telecommunication and information technology systems, network, and third-party infrastructure to operate its business. Any breakdown, interruption, or breakdown such systems can actually impact the company. And the company's client contract can be technically terminated without cause, which could actually negatively impact its revenues and profitability. So these are some of the risks mentioned in this. But considering that this is a subsidiary of NSDL, and this company is actually having a good market share, so we can actually expect that this company can actually still do well in future, can actually gain more market share, can actually expand their presence, can get more customers and provide more services to the both India and outside. So I'm actually very bullish on this IPO. I'm actually expecting this company can actually do well in terms of increased revenues in future. So that is my expectation, and I am actually planning to apply for this IPO. And if you are also convinced about this prospects of this company, you can also consider applying for this IPO. The livemint.com, the current grey market premium for this IPO is around 95. So we are actually expecting a premium of 95 on listing for this IPO. So the final grey market premium will be dependent on the oversubscription figures. If the issue is heavily oversubscribed, there is a good chance that this can increase to around 150 or 120 or 150 or even 200, depending on the number of times the issue is oversubscribed.